Alright guys, welcome on back to the channel, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at another weapon that just got a pretty decent buff with the Season 2 Reloaded update. We're going to be taking a look at the GPR-91. We're going to be taking this thing up against the Tomb boss fight, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts. This gun was already one of my favorites before, just for the way that it handles the Guardian boss. With the buffs that Treyarch made, I was pretty excited to jump into the Tomb boss fight here and check it out. I gotta say guys, this thing really didn't disappoint. If you're looking for a decent OP loadout to rock here during Season 2 Reloaded, we definitely got you covered here today. With all that out of the way, if you guys are into zombies content, do me a huge favor and drop a huge like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if anybody is new. We're getting closer to 27,000 subscribers every single day, and I cannot thank you guys enough for all the support. We're gonna go ahead and toss this up on the screen right here so you guys can see all the changes that were made to the GPR. Say we're making some adjustments to the GPR-91 to help builds and playstyles that targeted slower TTK. We're extending the effective damage range where headshots are especially impactful. We are also making improvements to the CHF barrel and rapid fire attachments, making these more appealing choices. That last part is where I'm actually really interested. The CHF barrel, its vertical recoil penalty reduced from 55% down to 40, horizontal recoil penalty reduced from 25 to 20. The rapid fire mod, we got rapid fire improvement increased from 8% to 12%. Its horizontal recoil penalty increased from 25 to 30%. It's looking like overall everything was a buff except for that little tiny bit of increased recoil with the rapid fire attachment. I know the majority of Call of Duty zombie players are probably playing on controller, and you can really make use of that deadshot daiquiri, so recoil's not that much of an issue. But these things combined, I think it's really easy to use things like the CHF barrel and like rapid fire, things like that. Now keyboard and mouse players might steer a little bit more towards recoil friendly builds. To be perfectly honest, most keyboard and mouse players that I know that refuse to switch to controller that play Call of Duty have absolutely no problem controlling recoil. This GPR also did see a really nice damage range buff. This will definitely be a lot more useful, let's say over in multiplayer and Warzone, but hey, you never know, maybe you like to beam zombies from really far away. Overall, the weapon did feel really good. I mean, dealing with the entire quest getting up to the Tomb boss was absolutely no problem. It did have a single pack-a-punch on it. I got it up to a blue rarity just so we could get through those lockdown steps, and it handled it with no issues. After we got our free legendary ether tool from freezing both the waterfalls after round 21, this thing was just absolutely slaying zombies. Now, if you're looking for something to go to, like, let's say really high rounds, there's definitely better options out there for you, but one of the things that I absolutely love about this AR is it's really good to take up against boss fights. Really liked using it against Patient 13 and Terminus, and then when it came to Citadel, it was one of my favorite guns to take in there. Doing over 1200 damage to those critical areas to the Guardian boss, I mean, we were taking down that statue with no problems. Now, here in the Tomb, we are doing a little bit less damage to the boss. I do believe we're doing just over 1,000 damage. With the right attachments and how fast this thing is shooting, we were actually able to shred through the artifact really fast. Now, we didn't use any gobblegums for this boss fight, and one of the things that actually really surprised me is we didn't even really have to use our ether shroud. What I would usually advise you guys to do is to bring an arsenal accelerator in here. I think it's kind of a cheat code to get this boss fight done. During the last few phases when the artifact is going to be attaching itself to enemies, you can go ahead and pop that arsenal accelerator so that way each time that you need to just be laying damage into that artifact after you kill one of the enemies that it attached itself to, and be sure that you always have yourself a built-up ether shroud for each one of those artifacts. I found that's just one of the simplest ways to get through the hardest phases of this boss fight this time around, and I gotta say, I think with the help of this GPR, we were able to get this done really easy. I gotta say, overall, I think the changes to the gun do feel really nice. It's not something where you're gonna try and you're gonna be like, oh, this is just drastically different, but it was something that I noticed. Would I say that this is the best gun to bring in against the Tomb boss fight? No, probably not, but I would say it is up there in some of the best guns that you can bring in. Now, I'm not really even that big of an AR person when it comes to zombies, and I actually find myself coming back to this thing all the time. Except for the Cypher, man. I don't know what it is about that thing. I love that AR. And the Fang, to be perfectly honest. Like, I know that that is an LMG, but let me know down in the comment section if you think they kind of cooked with the DLC weapons. At least for the drop of Season 2, because I think the Cypher and the Fang are both just absolutely awesome guns. There it is, guys. We are about to finish the boss fight right here. This gun is an absolute beast, man. 120 rounds before you have to reload after pack-a-punching. Unfortunately, this gun will suffer a huge damage drop-off, I would say right around round 40, but it's very typical for weapons in this game. I honestly just cannot wait for us to get double tap, because I think that would just make all of these guns feel so much better. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys have been rocking since Season 2 Reloaded. You guys have any weapon suggestions or loadouts that you would like me to try? I'm also going to be putting together another best weapons list here soon. If you guys want to see anything on that, please let me know. Go ahead and toss the loadout for the GPR up on the screen right here for anybody that wants to go ahead and check it out. I do highly recommend you guys try out this weapon up against the boss fights. My favorite one being the Guardian. It just absolutely shreds through him, but honestly it handles any of them really well. With that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the video. I greatly do appreciate you guys. Please drop me a like if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if anybody is new. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one.